Welcome back to Be Real Media. Today we have a lady who's wondering if the media plays a part in shaping the image of black women of today. Let's see what Kevin has to say about it. Enjoy the video.
Hi,
Hello, how are you?
hi. How are you?
Good.
Oh, hi.
How old are you?
So the question that you
How
asked,
old are you?
I'm 27. I'll be
Okay,
20.
go ahead.
So the question you're asking about the black woman's image, I think you are right there. Stereotypes can only work if there is some truth to it. So I agree with you there. I think black women, we do get that, plus size, angry, attitude, upset. And I hear some people in the comment section, they're like, oh, these deep conspiracy theories. I just wanted to know from you, do you personally feel like systematic racism kind of goes into a way where they can kind of find out, hey, like this is not working, let's try a different angle, and that sometimes that can get embedded in black people to where that's a problem,
I don't understand the question. You're asking about racism?
to where like the young lady was saying prior, the one who was saying that she wasn't like the other lady, like, well, obviously
Hmm.
similarities. So to kind of think what she was saying, do you feel like, because I feel like let me just say what I whether it's
You got to
logic.
make it simple. You're making it too complicated.
Okay, so say for instance, thing you said about when the and back in the Martin Luther King era, where they were church people marching, they had their suits on, dressed a certain way. Okay, so do you think, and white people seeing that on TV, and it kind of helped rally the cry for the white movement, right? So do you think that the powers that be, white people, caught on to that and say, hey, now change the image and make them out to be what we want them to be so that we can criminalize and demonize
Wait a
them?
minute. Okay, so basically what you're asking is, white people understand the power of image and that they use image against us.
Basically, yeah.
White people have always understood the power of image. What do you think D.W. Griffith's Birth of a Nation was? 1915, the
Right.
first assault against a black man. The problem is, if black people don't act that way in the world, it makes it hard to. Back in D.W. Griffith's The Birth of a Nation, that was shown on motion pictures. There were segregation. Black and white people did not live together, so a lot of white people only saw black people on the media.
Right.
But today, we live in an integrated society where white people see black people in their day-to-day lives and they see them online. The problem is we don't control our image.
Right.
They could not decide to use our image against us if we didn't walk around playing these characters in the daily. So if
Right.
they try to say, well, if they got some sympathy because they were dressed in their Sunday best on Sunday, and white or rural America who never runs into a black person saw somebody dressed holding a Bible looking like what they look like in Iowa and saw an American, let's use that against them. Well, if they tried to make it some caricature, if we still cared about how we carried ourselves, they would say, what you have on the TV or the media does
That's
not look like the woman I work across or live across the hall from. But the
right.
problem is the woman that they in the office, the woman at the Starbucks, the woman at the bank, everywhere else look the same. They look like Baps. At a word that was supposed to be funny. Ha ha. Now a lot of black women look like RuPaul. Do you realize black men are having a problem recognizing a natural born woman from a real woman today?
Right.
Do you understand that? Do
Yeah.
y'all understand this?
I
Because
see.
here in Atlanta, with the long with the crazy hair, that could be a lace front on a man or a woman.
Right.
If you've seen the tricks that can be pulled with makeup and facial sculpting, man or woman, y'all are big as hell now. So it ain't like you gotta be petite anymore, a man or a woman. Long ass fingernails. And then what comes out of your mouth? You are literally having to ask, excuse me, are you a natural born female? Before you talk to her. That's a goddamn shame.
You're right. So when
But hold on, before we move, but where are white people in that?
nowhere. No. Right. So when you say this, right? Okay. Now that you said that, this is the image that we right? This is the image that we are also as Black perpetuating. So if that's the case, you know, and we are trying to recreate ourselves and ourselves to model what is more about feminine, because I feel like that's what we need to get back to. I started a self journey.
Well, you're kind of breaking up. You're kind of breaking up. So I don't know if you're on Bluetooth, but I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a member of the Nation of Islam. But the Nation of Islam has taken some of the worst of us and put together a pretty damn good image. Look at what the women of the Nation of Islam, you don't associate them with thoughts, do you?
No.
So we have models. When you look at a man who went to jail and was the worst part of the worst, but when he went through to Islam, you don't associate him with the street anymore, do you?
No. Right. So I get what you're saying about the image. I'm more so maybe looking forward towards like recondition Black women to understand this, because it's more of that of women.
Well, first you got to recondition what you see every day. Look, your image is not what you tell the world you think they deserve. See, as an image professional, I understand the power of image. What we see every day in the mirror, we reflect. So if you don't like what it is you see, or if you think, or if you change how you feel about what it is you see, you're more likely to take care of it.
Right.
I mean, think, how old are you again? What?
I'm 27.
27. There used to be a time where people would not go out of their house in pajamas or rollers or bonnets in their head. They come online like that. What does that say about somebody's self-esteem level? And they feel like they look good.
Yeah, I feel like we've gotten into this. We feel like whatever I am, as I am, and instead of us trying to be better, or just
you're breaking up. You feel like whatever you are is what? See,
sorry,
we have to own our image, people. And ladies, go ahead. What were you saying?
I'm saying I feel like we have to. I think what we mostly is what we want to imitate, because it's mostly what's popular, if you will. So, like you just said, it's what we consume, and that's a little
popular with whom?
I'm sorry, repeat that.
Popular with whom?
Popular, like culturally wise, like the
No. You women don't dress for the men. You don't dress for what we want. You dress for what each other
that's
like.
why I said Cardi B's and the Meg Thee Stallions. I'm talking about what.
Yeah, but we don't want that.
Right, and we start to see that, and like I said, it's hard to fight a culture that's just set in this way.
Well, yeah, but you do it one person at a time. So one thing that I would say you do, hold up your hands.
Oh, my fingernails is long. I'm not even gonna
see. Those got to go.
Right. I understand that. And it's
your hair.
Between
the natural you is what men want.
Right.
When you came on, I'll guarantee you, before you opened your mouth, men already start making up their mind as soon as they saw your fingernails. Because what do we associate that with? What do we associate it? What do you think men are associated with?
Ghetto. I know what they think because I hear
ghetto or strippers.
Yeah, and I'm neither actually. So I find I understand that I know that.
But if you're neither, why would you want to be associated?
Right. So it's like, well, I'm a data. All right, I'm a data.
Huh?
I'm a data analyst. I literally quit my job like a few months ago.
Okay, so my question is, you're a data analyst.
See, but I can't.
But why? But it doesn't matter if you can.
But what I'm saying.
Listen.
Oh, go ahead.
It doesn't matter if you can. Should you?
So that's what I'm about to answer. So I quit my job. So when I quit my job, I wanted to express myself how I wanted to express myself. So I wanted to do
like a stripper or a ghetto.
And you know, if that's what it's associated.
Ma'am, listen. Oh. See, this is where y'all go awry. This independent I.
So that's what I was going to get to. I wanted to know the difference between what's expressing myself and then what's conditioning towards Like what you just
Express yourself in a way that does not look like a stripper or ghetto. There has to be something in between. There has to be something in between being a ghetto or a stripper and expressing yourself.
right. And that's
Claire Huxtable, go back. We have black women used to be the standard of beauty. But now you're the standard of what? Wow, ratchet? That is because even the college-educated employed of you look like you going to the strip club.
right. But like I said,
There's another race of women that do that. You don't see college-educated women looking like trailer park trash.
Mm-hmm.
They don't say, I want a Kush Light, their last name, Tammy Faye, or so-and-so. They don't have that damn tramp stamp on the back. They ain't wearing Daisy Dukes. They're not smoking, chewing gum. They know how to put the fucking General Lee and the Dukes of Hazzard stuff up. Everybody else knows how to do it. But see, let's be real. Black women want nobody to judge you. It's like, I'm going to do what I want to do, and you can't tell me nothing. And that's fine. That's too damn independent, too one-minded.
And I'm listening to you because I'm changing.
Because black men don't want this. Black men, when black men see those, they look, you know what they actually think? They're like, here goes another sister with these raptor claws and this stuff on her head.
You're right.
That's what they see. And the first thing they say is, how tall are you?
I'm 5'3". I'm short.
Dress size?
Oh, I'm plus size. I'm plus size.
What is the dress size?
My dress size, I'm a size 17. Like, I'm literally right there. 16 to...
16? How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
I'm 200 pounds. Yeah.
All right, so this is a problem. You're an educated black woman who's a data analyst. You're supposed to be a logical person.
I am logical. And that's...
Right. And there's no... But that... do you have any children?
I don't have any children, no.
And you're 27. There is no reason a 5'5" woman should be weighing 200 pounds. And here's what men think. You care more about what's on your head and in your hands than in your arteries.
Right, and you're correct. I've lost pounds, so
How much you lost? How many?
70 pounds. Yeah.
So you almost 300 pounds?
Yeah, I've lost a lot of weight. I'm doing a lot of work to try to get myself there. Like I said, if I wasn't allowed to finish, but the reason why I did this to my nails was because I was data analyst. So I'm so used to being a certain type of way or having to look a certain way. So I just wanted to try.
Then you could have did a French manicure.
I don't like French manicures, but
see, that's the thing. See, the thing is, it's about what y'all like. I got a question for you and all other black women. When you gonna start doing something for us, not you? For
right,
your people.
That's why.
No. Listen to the question. When are y'all gonna start putting your people first? Your every no, you can't answer because I'm not finished. Okay. When are you gonna start saying, I am going to carry myself a certain way to increase the ethnic image of my sisters and my brothers and so my mother and father and my community can be proud of producing women like me. And then I will put myself second or third, because the problem is too many black women today put themselves first. That's why you can't never be with nobody long term, because you're always number one. It's what you want. You, me, I. Right. How many relationships have you had that you have not left?
That I've not left one.
How many relationships have you had?
I've had serious relationships. 3 serious relationships.
How many?
3 serious.
And of those 3, you left 1?
No, out of the 3, I left 2. 1, he left me.
All right. How old were you when that one happened, when you left? When he left you?
Oh, that was fairly recent. Like, it wasn't even 2 months. I don't even know if I can call it a relationship.
It's not a relationship, no.
Okay.
So my point is, my grandmother and her generation, they carried themselves in a way to where the name meant something. You're a Samuels. You carry yourself a certain way. I would go around Oklahoma and I'd be a kid and they would know who I belong to. You act like one of them Samuels. You carry yourself like that. Today, women are y'all's own God. It's amazing that the most Christian group of women on the planet are their own gods. You want to see some of the most comically dressed black women? Go to church. In the Bible, it says about all the self-adornment, but then up there, and we'll say we do it because men are attracted. They like Cardi B and this and that. We don't want that. What fit, feminine, cooperative, your own hair, no kids.
Right.
And at 27, 80 years ago, you'd have been somebody's wife and mama. But right now, you are an individual.
Right.
You can pay for yourself, and the only rule is what I want.
Yeah.
And this is why it is unfortunate when I say so many of our sisters will be alone, because one of the things men look for is a woman who's under any kind of discipline. That's why fitness matters so much, because it shows a woman that's under some sort of discipline. And far too many modern women are undisciplined. You may earn money. You may be scholastically, academically, even professionally doing well. But relationally?
Yeah, no. And I agree with you there. I do. And that's why I'm here. I want to learn, because the things you're saying, men have not been this open in the past. So we didn't know.
They can't, because as soon as you do, you're gay, you hate black women, you got to be canceled, we need to kill you.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I agree with you there, but these things I never heard. So when I am hearing it, I am making adjustments, and I am
there's money in keeping y'all believing that the problem is men. There's books to be sold, movies to be sold. I mean, there's profit to be made off keeping black men and black women separate. You should be married to a black man and living in a house, owning property, and storing and saving for the future and your children, not paying rent here, he's paying rent there, and keeping us consuming. Our dollar circulates 6 hours in our community. We paid at 5 o'clock, we broke by midnight. Most people dollar circulate in their community at least 12 days, 7 days on the minimum. And the problem is, more than anything else, is even the best of our women are not under any. I'm gonna say this: Do you really believe that the average black woman like yourself wants to be under the authority of a black man?
No.
Well, goddamn.
And the reason why I say that, as if, because when you say high value men, I have to ask myself, because I was married before, I have to ask myself, what do I consider high value men? Does the world consider a high value man? And does that image match up? Like I said, right, that's what I'm at now. I'm in this stage of nature versus what's been conditioned to me and what's my actual nature. Right. So I look at that and say, well, what do I consider a high value man? So from your description of what a high value man, I don't see a lot of those men. And it could be what you say. I'm not it, so I'm in. So, you know,
well, they exist. They exist. It's just that, honestly, high value men have barriers. They keep women that they don't find appealing away from them.
Right. And that's see, what you're saying is, this is not known to me. I was raised completely different.
But let's take it away from high value. Let's just take it, this average women. Why the average black woman doesn't want to be under the authority of average black men. And even if you are a high value black man, you still have to be a high value black man and a porn star to even get a woman to consider submitting. But you look at a guy who can come into this country illegally, stand out in front of Home Depot or collect cans and sell oranges, and he is getting femininity and submission and cooperation, and she's under his authority. Here's the question. Honestly, if you don't want to be under the authority of a black man, what man's authority do you think the average black woman wants to be under?
See, and maybe I didn't answer that. I do want to be under authority.
I didn't say you. I'm talking about the average black woman.
Right. That's what I'm saying. For me. So you're talking about for the average, because I personally do want to be, but the average black, I feel like that's because black women have just been like we've been so put into masculine energy where it's like you accept certain things that are even being heard or being saying anything negative to us. Like if you say, hey, you need to.
So the question is, what group of men's authority do you want to be under if it's not black men?
No men's, then
All
you
right.
would be
Well,
men, right?
and thank you. And
Right.
that's what I believe is the truth. You don't want to be, the average black woman doesn't want to be under the authority of any man. It's my dog and Jesus. And
Right.
that's why dying alone is their future.
Right.
Because every other group of women realize that they need a man to get from one end of life successfully to another. But prior to 1965, we were at a rate of 80%. Black women were under the authority of a black man. My grandmother out-earned my grandfather.
Right.
But she stayed in her marriage because of something bigger than themselves. So what has been happening to the black community? Monahan scissors. As black male unemployment went down, black female welfare went up. So it showed that black women, when given a chance, don't want to be with black men. Don't want to be with any man. You would even take a decreased standard of living. So now that you're educated, own money, whatever, the average black woman, like Yana Van Zandt said, is out of order, out of control, under no one's discipline. You're not even under the church's discipline, but claiming to be Christian to the point to where, what is the average brother looking at? It's like, you heard like a couple of weeks ago where a sister didn't even want to smile at a black man.
I've seen that segment, yeah.
So do you have any brothers?
I have 5 brothers, yes.
And what is it looking like for them?
Well, my oldest one, he's married to a Hispanic. So I've definitely interviewed. Like I said, I'm just learning this stuff. I'm curious to know too. I've never been attitude type, all that. Like I
You
never
have 5 brothers. Are you the only girl?
No, I have 2 girls. My older sister, and then
Were
me.
your mother and father married?
No. So I grew up in Boston. I didn't have like.
Well, I would say the main thing is, ma'am, fitness is major for me.
Yeah.
Fitness and
Definitely.
and you see what, men want peace. Men want peace more than anything else, and peace is in short supply today. And I don't even think a lot of women recognize that they're so in their masculine. They honestly think that I'm just expressing myself. It's like, it's not peaceful. So I'm gonna get on to the next person. I appreciate it, man.
No problem. Thank you.
So what you guys think about the video? Y'all think she has some valid points about the media portraying the images of black women? I would say yes, there is some truth in it, but I don't think that the culture has to play into what the media is trying to put out there for the rest of the world to see. I definitely think we should shape a different image of who black people are as a people and as a culture, and then we can change the media perception of who we actually are. So I definitely think there was some truth in it. What are your thoughts on it? Opinions? Drop it down in the comment. Thank you guys again for tuning in to the video. Till we meet again.